In this video, I'll show you how to structure your gradebook, fix your gradebook, or tune up your gradebook after the semester has already begun, after you already have grades entered into the gradebook. We're going to go through this process in steps, and this is a great way to make sure that your gradebook calculates correctly and that you yourself feel confident about using it to manage student grades. So our first step is to start right in the course. And first we're going to click on grades, and that takes us into the grading section of the course. And we'll choose Grader Report, the menu, next to Grader Report, and we will choose Gradebook Setup. So here's Gradebook Setup. And you can see I already have a gradebook set up in this course, and then a whole bunch of grades that are sort of floating around. And that's okay. I'm going to rework this gradebook. So the first thing that I'm going to do is, if you have, and that you should do, if you already have categories in your gradebook, we're going to edit them to say old. We want to recreate the categories because sometimes we've made accidental settings that impact the way the grades are calculated. We're relabeling them old so we can keep track of which is our old and which is our new. So here I have a category called SA1. I'm going to click the edit link here, and I'm going to choose to edit settings. And then where the name is, I'm going to type next to that the word old. That lets me know this was my pre-existing category. That way I won't accidentally delete it. I'll keep close look at anything that's inside of it, any grades that are already inserted in there. So now I click Save Changes. And now you can see it's been relabeled old. So I'm going to repeat that process of relabeling each of the categories in my gradebook. Remember, the categories are the folders. So I'm going to pause and do that now, and you can do the same. Okay, so I'm back, and I have gone ahead and renamed all the categories, the folders in my gradebook, to include the word old so I can keep track of them. The next thing that I want to do is I want to double check my syllabus and make sure that the new categories I'm going to add, and those will include replacements for the existing ones, have the same names as the ones in my course syllabus. So over here I have my course syllabus, and I'm going to right click on it and open it in a new tab. That's going to allow me to see the syllabus and go back and forth. Now I'm going to go up to the top of the gradebook setup, and I'm going to add categories, and I'm going to pretend that I don't have these other categories. I'm just going to add categories that exactly match the ones in my syllabus. So I'm going to click Add Category, and I open the box to name this new category. I'm going to go over to my syllabus, down to my grading policy, and I'm going to copy and paste this because I want the names to be exactly the same. That's going to make life easier for me and for the students. So here it says SA1. I'm going back over here, and in my new category, I'm going to click down and I'm going to paste in SA1. I am not going to do anything right now with the calculation or the aggregation. I'm just creating the categories and leaving them alone. So once you've entered the name, I'm going to hit Save Changes. Then I'll click the Continue button, and I'll see that my new category has been added way at the bottom of my gradebook. There it is, Essay 1. So I'm going to go back and repeat that process. Go back to the top of the page, add a category, look at my syllabus. The next category is Essay 2. Copy that name, click back on the category, click down and paste it in, scroll down and save changes. I'm going to repeat this process so that I have new categories for each of the categories in my syllabus. Remember that even if it's just one thing, an exercise or one exam or one project, it still needs to have its own folder or category. So I'll pause now, finish that process, and have you do the same. So as I scroll through my gradebook, I see my old categories here at the top. And then down here at the bottom, I see the new ones that correspond exactly to the names of the categories in my course syllabus. Now, there's one other helpful category I usually add to a gradebook, and that is the not counted in grade category. And this is if you have items that you decide that you don't want to use, or that you're not going to count, or that you've given students feedback on but you don't want to be calculated in the grade, or maybe a quiz that you decided not to use but you don't want to delete from Moodle, you can use this category. So again, I create one last category and I call it no weight in grade, or doesn't count in grade, whatever you want to call it. And I save changes, and that will be the final category in my workbook. Okay, so I'm going to wrap up this video right now, and in my next video we're going to talk about moving the items that you have in your existing gradebook into the new categories.